Hi, my name is Maddie Templeton, and today I'm going to be talking to you about urban agriculture. Here's my audience. And so I'm going to get started. So, food and nutrition is something that should be widely available to anyone, no matter your age, your race, your gender, your ethnicity, where you live, your income, anything like that. You should be able to have access to food and nutrition. And unfortunately, in a lot of places, because of those things, usually geographically though, you don't get proper nutrition. But something that is being widely talked about right now that is becoming super popular is urban agriculture. And urban agriculture is just as it seems. It's bringing agriculture from the rural communities into urban communities. The USDA defines urban agriculture as a part of a local food system where food is produced within an urban area and marketed to consumers within that area. Urban farming can also include animal husbandry, beekeeping, aquaculture, aquaponics, and non-food products such as seeds, seed cultivating, growing flowers, anything like that. It can use, urban agriculture usually uses abandoned land or unutilized land to benefit the community that it surrounds. It is something that is widely growing in large-scale cities that are fastly moving, that are having problems with getting readily available food and nutrition to all the members of the community. So today I'm going to talk to you about what urban agriculture truly is and how it is affecting food security. So, like I said in my intro, urban agriculture is just as it sounds. It's bringing agriculture directly to communities in urban settings. These communities usually are high poverty, or they have to drive long miles to get to grocery stores. So this type of agriculture practices can be pretty much anything from a potted plant all the way up to blocks being used for farming. It can be rooftop gardens, it can be raised beds, it can be inside growing a garden. Actually, Johns Hopkins has a great example of this. I don't know if you can see this over here, but down here is natural, like just exactly what agriculture looks like in a day-to-day basis. And then we go from like aquaculture, which is where they use water and basically the plants to set in water. You don't need any land whatsoever, just enough spot to house where your water is going to be. You have indoor farming, which are like raised beds and stuff. You have rooftop greenhouses, which have become really popular in big places like New York and Chicago because everything's so high up. They can use the top of those buildings because those places like that are running out of places to go. So why not use the top? There's also vertical farming or sky farming, which is literally just growing up. You can grow up sides of building. They make some really cool vertical farming things. There's also school gardens, which have become a big popular thing in a lot of places. And then it goes all the way up to urban farming, community garden, backyard garden, and even edible landscaping, which is more urban agriculture on a large scale. Something that I find super interesting is an article that the Earth and Science Space News did about urban agriculture. They said that extension agents and researchers in big cities are running all sorts of operations, and they have been for years. This is not a new practice. They're helping people grow nutritious food where it's needed most, from backyard plants to community gardens, all the way up to full-time commercial operations supplying farmers markets, restaurants, and grocery stores. Urban farming serves a vital role in food security, community education, and outreach. Those practices are vital to some of those communities being able to get food right in their community that they have nutrition for. Something that is super, like going back to my intro, super a big deal right now is food security, because again, a lot of people don't know where their next meal is coming from. According to the USDA's latest household food insecurity in the U.S. statistics, more than 35 million people in the U.S. experienced hunger in 2019. That is 35 million people in just 1 year. So, like, food security is definitely something that's rising. Like, over 800 million people globally go to bed hungry every night. And that's something that urban agriculture can help deplete, because a lot of these high poverty areas have vitally available land that they can put agriculture, they can turn into community gardens, and the community is more willing to support them, because if they support the community gardens, then the community gardens come back and support them in giving them that food. I mean, some of those places have to sit on buses, trains, taxis. They have to walk miles to their nearest grocery store, where this has their food right there in their community. They get to watch it grow. They get to help in the process of growing. And it's like, statistics have shown that people are more willing to help them because they're helping their community. And not only that, but they get to, like, it's more specified to what the community needs, because urban agriculture is really flexible, because it is on a base-to-base community thing. And so more people are willing to help. And it is actually, it's really crazy, because only, according to the University of Shedford, using only 10% of a city's urban green space and gardens to grow food could provide to 15% of the local population with 5 portions of vegetables every day. If more communities had urban agriculture practices like that, I mean, it doesn't even take a whole city block, then that would be able to start closing the gap of food security and world hunger, especially in the United States. So in conclusion, urban agriculture is not something that's a new practice. It's just something that's becoming more popular because our nation is in more need of the direct supply of agriculture. It is something that would help close the gap between food security and hunger. It would allow people to directly be involved in their agriculture in a non-rural setting. And in all honesty, it would help people grow new practices and find new passions, possibly. So thank y'all for listening to my speech.